Okay. All right. This is great. This is great. Um, do you have any questions about the process?
I don't think so.
No,
Good to go, baby.
you know how this goes. Okay. All right. Let's take. Oh, okay. 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 Oh, okay. Well, let's open in prayer and just a couple of breaths, and then we'll rock and roll. Um, Divine Spirit, we are grateful for this time we get to spend in your presence. We never take these moments for granted. We never take these moments lightly. We ask for your highest white light of protection. We invite our spirit guides, our transition loved ones, our spirit chemists, our teachers, our deities, our fellow coven members to be in the midst. Aha. It's with a humble heart of love and thanks. Amen. 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 We just need to take just a couple of breaths because they're already rolling in so quickly.
I
Take
love it.
take a breath out. Take another breath in and another breath out. Okay. There, I'm gonna give you what I'm getting and then I'll get your questions. There I also have a golden doodle
Oh,
and
so cute.
he likes to be in the session, so that's also that might happen. Um there's a they keep showing me a feather. Um they keep showing me dissolving a feather in a potion. Uh-huh. It feels like one of your fellow coven women. I do want to say what I do want to say what her head is covered and she's doing like brew work. Yeah, yeah. Um it's very quiet, not a lot of chanting. There's not chanting at all. There's not movement. This feels like if it feels like a pre-promotion. Feels like a pre-promotion in spirit. Um, but it feels like there's the feather is indigenous practice, but it's being dissolved into witch world.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. So it feels like a past life um where you operated in one way with spirit. But it's time to switch to another way. There's another way that you need to show up in spirit, another way that you need to be um doing offerings to spirit, another way that you commune with spirit.
Mm.
Uh-huh. And it feels like what you've been doing has been stale. Okay. Okay. It's like, well, what else you want me to do? Because I've been doing all the things. And yeah, y'all around, but ain't nothing really happening.
Yes.
There's nothing happening. Yeah. And this feels like we're not there yet, but we're getting there. It's like the starting of this ritual process. And this feels more of like, yeah, it feels more of like tools and things are no longer needed as much. Okay, great. Like tools and things are no longer needed as much as more of not necessarily we need to go on like tea ceremony, but there is an imbibing component. There is a drink liquid component, but this feels more of like it's you already know, and it's just time to lean into it.
Mm.
It feels like yes, a morning tea is all you need to ground,
Mm.
and then let's go. Let's
Mm.
go. Um, it doesn't have to be as elaborate and it doesn't have to be as complicated, and you don't need all the things. It almost feels like you can move the things off your altar.
This
Yeah.
I have not touched anything on here in so long,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
hate that stagnancy and that feeling, but this is so relevant. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It feels like yeah, it feels like but also they want to be clear that that season was needed and purposeful and but like yeah, we don't need the lamp and the thing and thing and the thing and the thing. They don't need it and you don't need it. There is this imbibing might come in a little later, but there is a liquid component that is important for this next season. But again, like they're saying, like the steps, and I need this and this needs to be here. That is,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, that's uh-huh. Um, this comes in a lot, doesn't it? Does the crow comes in when we do readings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I thought that yeah. Crow is back. Um, the crow is bigger and the crow is talking this time. Are you talking with birds? Do you
I have 2 bird feeders at my house, and I joke with my boyfriend that we have just totally become bird people. They all have little names like
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, I wanted to say pet bird, but I was like, that doesn't. Okay. If the birds are talking to you, that is spirit. It feels like, and it feels like there's a converse, like a back and forth. It's not just they're coming to give you information and you receive it. It feels like they can read back as well. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if that bird feeder was just like getting them comfortable. But there is a yeah, like you commune with the birds and the birds talk with you. Um, but also they have stuff to say.
Mm.
Um, like I wouldn't I like if you can sit on your like oh if you can sit on your porch with liquid and just talk with the bird 15 20 that is where we're going. Okay.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay. Okay. This feels oh that wouldn't make sense. That feels yeah, that's where they're going. Not so much like meditative crystal. ah, Yeah.
Yes.
Um but they want to be clear, you're not a bird lady or a bird watcher. That's not what this is
Mhm.
very witch,
Mm.
potion, crow, bird. Like this is our lane. This is
That's so cool.
yeah, yeah. And also yeah, because they right, like they're like, you don't need more bird feeders, right? There's not a whole like bird community you need to foster. This is more of like I can very much see you like 3 years later when you're speaking to others, you're like, yeah, the birds talk to me. I get a lot of downloads with the birds. Very, very just that's how my spirit, that's who I am.
Like
That
Cinderella, but a witch. I love it.
I got chills.
Life
Yes,
goal.
yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Um, there's also something sacred about do you have a porch? What is this deck? Do you have a porch or a
Yeah.
deck? Okay.
Yeah, there's like a little back porch out of this like big glass back door that we have, and there's a bird feeder all the way at the back. And
Okay.
I'd seen this vision of this even before I moved in here, and I always saw myself at the back door, just like
Yes.
standing there.
Yes. Okay,
And
very
now it makes so much sense.
yes. Okay, good. Because they keep showing me the porch, this back porch. Great. Yeah, it's there's something sacred with the porch. There's something sacred with the porch. Um, You don't need to do a deep dive of like where the wood came from, but the wood is charged. Um,
Mm,
the specific part of land where the deck is charged, and that's
mm.
why the birds are coming there. Good job with putting it in the back. That's why they're there. That's why it's communing. That's why it's like it feels, it's almost like an elder meeting, right? Like they're just, the spirits are at the deck, commute, it's all happening right there.
Wow.
Um, that could be, were you meditating in your room?
I was before. I would do like a big yoga session as like dedication to deities, and I have so many crystals and cards that I don't even really use anymore. It
Good.
just felt
Yeah,
like a different phase.
good, good. Your room is not the place.
Yeah.
Your room is not the place. Um, however, the house, clearly it's a house because you have a deck,
Hmm.
right? However the house is positioned, whatever the back part of that house is where it's charged.
Mm.
But the deck, the wood of the deck and the land, that's where you need to be. Yeah.
Okay. This makes so much sense for my art practice too. It has a lot to do with land and where I live and property and
Okay, beautiful.
wow.
Okay, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. This is good. There's a woman that's trying to come in. She might roll in. Are you adopted? Don't answer that yet. Um, she seems blood related, but far. So it almost feels like in your life, but like she, like maybe you're adopted or something, but there's still a there's a kinship, but maybe not blood related. That's what's happening. This could be, maybe it doesn't feel like a teacher. It feels like grandmother energy. There's a kinship, but there might not be direct
Hmm.
blood relation. She's trying to come in. Are you adopted or no? Okay, we know our familial tree. Okay, let's hold it for a moment. It might get clearer because she's trying to roll in. Okay, so hold her. She does have something to say. Let's hold her.
Hmm.
Okay, all right, let's do our questions. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Um, I think I might know who that is also.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do we want to she's okay, okay, she's coming. Let's keep with her if you might.
sure.
Older,
Hmm.
and she's giving me like Bridgerton, like coiffed hair, um put together, um and her demeanor is watchful. She knew her place, but she was spicy underneath. Like, uh-huh. Okay. Who
So this it might be my Aunt Marion. She was my great aunt, and she was the sister of my grandmother Sarah, who I'm named after, but my grandmother passed away before I was born. So my aunt became like my grandmother.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
was thinking about her the other day for some reason.
Would that
And
be kinship but not blood? Oh, okay. Maybe that's what she means by kinship but not blood.
mhm.
Uh, as in, like, yes, she's related, but not like immediately. She's very, yes. Let me, she's almost giving, not Gemini, but almost like Cancer, where it's like, I show certain people certain things of me, but once you really know me, like I'm gonna show you another face. Okay. And it took a while. Okay, okay. It took a while to get to that part, but once you get to that part, she's like, I'm a good time. Do you know, like I key, I'm a little, but to others, I'm gonna hold my place. It's fine. And not necessarily like, fake or anything. It was just like, you have to have permission to get to know me.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. She is here. Okay, great. You've been saying she's here. She's very invested in this season of your life.
She she had a bird and like a pet bird, and her son was like my father figure growing up. My cousin, same age as my mom, he passed away. Um, but he taught me so much about birds, and he was a bird watcher and was like my father figure. And um, we used to call him Brother Crow. And every time I see a crow, I think of him, and I know it's him. Um, so she's his mom, and they're just like they were really tight with like my immediate family. So I'm not
Okay,
surprised at all. It makes so much sense.
okay. Crow and the bird and she bird. I got a full body chill, but like literally
Yep.
on my legs. Goosebumps on my legs. Okay. She's saying that you knew she was intuitive through feeling, but it wasn't stated, but you guys kind of like mind to mind kind of knew. Okay. She is so ready. She's like, I'm on the other side. I'm not restricted. I am unleashed. And she's ready to just like download this on you. Yeah, there's
I'm ready.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a reclaim. It's not reclaim. There's it's not reclaim. It's not reclaim. There's an activation of the bloodline. There's an
Mm.
activation that's about to happen. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's an active, like a activate, like the cells, the witchy cells that are literally there. It's about to like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, I see her like becoming clearer, but not like in a reading stance, but in like spirit promotion. I am now being tasked and charged to being a part of this season of you. Feels like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And everyone is cheering. It's also a big thing for her. It feels like it's a big thing for her too.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To be um tasked with this. And
Hmm.
she's so serious about it. She's like, I'm so ready. Yeah. Uh-huh. It's like a quiet, okay, it's like a quiet, powerful knowing season.
Mm. I need that.
Yeah. Um, a um a depth to go within season. I don't need all those things or an elaborate practice season.
Hmm.
Um, yes, if therapist tells you to journal, great, but like you don't need to do so much for it to turn on.
Hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Feels like
I
that.
keep I keep saying to myself this season, move in silence. And
Yes, yes. It's a depth, and it's happening. It's a verb, like a deep knowing. I don't have to do all that.
hmm,
And I just know.
yeah.
And she's a part of this. I think that's a part of why she has been tasked with the out here is this, but in here is this. There's a is your career, we will get to your questions, I promise. Is there a front facing part of your career? This feels like this is touching a part of in career. Yeah, 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 yeah. This feels like, yeah, like career, you're gonna be having to be doing this and there. Okay, okay. But then there's a part of that, but this within me is a different part of me. And they don't need to necessarily know all of that. And not saying that's a representative or what have you, because we're holistic people,
Hmm.
but you see great aunt was very good at being like here and then here,
Mm.
here, and then
Hmm.
here. Um,
Yeah.
and this she's that's one of her big things of tasking you is here and then here.
Hmm.
And you don't have you're not selling yourself out, you're not disjointed. You're not um just you'll become a better guardian of your audience and what your audience needs.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and you won't feel like you're not your full self if you hold some things to yourself in certain audiences. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Everyone don't need to know all the things,
Hmm.
but that doesn't make you any less you. Um, she's gonna work with you with that. And
Mm,
that deep discernment, powerful, quiet. Yes. Yeah.
very cool.
Yep.
Ah, I
Okay.
love it.
Okay. Beautiful. What is her name? Let's call she
Marion.
Marion. Right, right, right. Marion. Aunt Marion. Okay. Feels like she's gonna be around for the session. Okay.
Love it.
What else we need to talk about?
I'm gonna turn off my AC really quick because
Yes,
it keeps
yes.
kicking on. I just don't
Okay.
want the sound to be like on your recording. One
Okay.
sec.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. Whew.
Good.
Just in case. Okay, so I'm back. um, I am curious, I guess just like about as far as career goes, like just kind of where it's going and like long term, sort
Oh,
of like where I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I feel like I'm just doing so many things and I was
yeah.
doing even more things last season and I've like toned it down a little bit, but now it's
Okay.
ramping up again.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like long term, sort of what you
Uh-huh.
see in the stars.
Okay. Excellent. Give me all the questions.
Okay. Um, I would love to speak with my father.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
uh, he passed when I was really young. Um, I've communed with him a couple times in spirit, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so I'd love to talk to him and my grandfather,
His dad or other grandfather.
his father.
Okay. What's their names? Let's bring in their names.
They're both Charles.
Yep. Good. Okay. I'll pull out the APB.
Mhm.
Let's see if they roll in any other areas or questions we need to touch on.
Ooh. Mm. I'd love to talk. I mean, I guess it kind of goes along with career because I'm an artist, but
Yeah.
just I feel like I've been doing so many different things, as I said, but even like creatively, like
Yeah.
music, sculpting, painting. And I
Yeah.
feel like, I mean, painting already has become like a much larger part of my life again, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious if that's going to be important, like in my future.
Yeah.
Um, like if nurturing that is
What's
the
needed.
right path. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's uh I have a pet that passed away last year, and she was my familiar, and I would just love to hear a little bit from her too.
Hmm. Hey, this is a dog,
Cat.
cat. Okay. And I knew it wasn't reptile. It wasn't that. Okay. Okay. Was dad ill? Hold up. There's a sickness. There's familial disease that's they're bringing in. Um,
That's my grandfather.
okay, okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay. There's a okay. Yep, 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 yep. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Um, what is it? They're showing, okay, they're rolling in. I keep being shown, but they feel so connected. Um, this almost feels like how like diabetes is passed down. It feels like that. It feels like okay. It feels like this passing down, um, and almost like genetic. And it
Hmm.
feels like dad just couldn't escape it. It feels like something there.
Mm,
It feels like
interesting.
yeah. It feels like he just couldn't escape it.
Hmm.
Um, do we know the passing of dad?
Yes, he passed at 35, which is so young, in a car accident. And I was always kind of curious, like, because my grandfather, he had cancer, diabetes, like you
Okay.
name it, he had it. And I was always just kind of curious, like,
Yeah.
I knew that if my father didn't pass away in the accident, he would have
Yes.
passed from something else. And I
Yes.
was just always curious, like, I never know
Yes.
what to write down on the health forms, you know?
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. 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 Um. Yes. Yes. You are correct. Um. I wouldn't. I mean, 35. You're not doing a full makeup,
Hmm.
but they are showing me his meat suit, and he had health issues as well.
Mm, okay.
Because they keep and they're also together. The family name. Oh, 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 okay. They're coming together as in like the family name. But dad, his soul, um, he is in a different place in spirit, like working on things. That's why
Mm.
we haven't been able to like commune and touch him. And
He's very involved.
yeah, okay, okay. He's like working on some stuff, like his individual stuff outside of this family unit.
Hmm.
Is that you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, okay. So but this is very interesting. But they're both showing there it's almost like they're both narrating the family tree unit energetic, right? Which the first thing was a lot of health.
Mm.
So I would do full on makeups if you can. Okay.
Hmm.
This does feel like though more male than female health issues though.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It just feels like this is just a part of the male bloodline. Um,
Yeah, that lines up actually. Yeah.
what'd you say?
That makes sense. That lines up.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like I understand like cancer doesn't have genders, right? Like there's not women. But the way they're showing it, it just feels like the men are the ones that's like more I don't plagued is a hard word, but it does feel like it's their path more than
Hmm.
more than the females of this family unit.
Hmm.
Um, this was something that this worried your dad a lot.
Mm.
This worried your dad a lot.
Hmm.
Um, there was a fear urgency that he had. Um, he almost like knew he almost knew that this would he almost knew he would die young.
I always felt
He knew,
that, which is weird.
yeah, he knew it.
Yeah.
He knew it here, not here. He
Hmm.
didn't have language here, but he knew it here.
Hmm.
Um, and that's why he worked so hard. That's why he worked so hard. And he's saying that he understands he was absent, but there was something that drove him and he knew he just tried to have the family as in the best place possible.
He was a truck driver, Kenya. You've just said drove him and that he was absent. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yep, 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 yep,
Woo.
yeah. Yeah, he's yeah. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and he's he's like, listen, he's kind of funny.
Hmm.
Kind of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he's like, listen, I knew I wasn't the sharpest crayon in the box. Like he's so clear. He's like, I know that. I knew that. But I knew that my family needed to be okay. And he's saying this work ethic. Um, he knew if anything, I could work, and I'm going to work.
Hmm.
But he knew about his passing early. He knew about it.
Hmm.
Um, he's like big and scruffy.
Yeah, he was like 6'4".
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's very much coming in. That's very much coming in. Okay. Um, did he have red hair? Reddish hair?
He had like a blonde hair that was a little darker, sort of almost like a strawberry blonde, but a little blonder, but
Uh-huh.
like a dirty blonde.
Dirty Brown. Uh-huh. Okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay. Yeah. He's very much, yeah, he is. Yeah. Is there a brother?
I have a brother, yep.
Oh, okay. From him?
Oh wait, he has a brother too. We both have brothers.
Yeah.
He has a brother.
Does he have a son? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Your brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, that's got right, right, right. He's bringing him in. Um, brother is going through mental health stuff. Brother's depressed.
Hmm.
Let me just say that
Hmm.
dad was dad was like, you don't need to be light or careful with that. I said, okay, okay.
Hmm. Yep.
But you don't talk to him about mental health stuff.
Hmm.
Um, if you can, dad would love that.
Okay.
But he's not like, he is very much aware you have free will and agency down here. Um, but he is saying my son is hurting in his mind.
Hmm.
Um, but son doesn't want to ask for help. Son doesn't have. We got to get some son support. Son is married. Son is in relationship. There is some there is someone romantically he is connected with, and his mental health, he's not disclosing, and it's hurting that.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. He's not connecting. He's not
Hmm.
connected. Um, it feels like he doesn't even know that this is mental health. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't even know. He's just like, let me work harder. So,
Hmm.
yeah, okay, okay.
Totally.
Right,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, it's like, I'm just lazy or work harder or something like that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You
Hmm.
take care of your mentals. Okay. Um, oh, the cat is with dad. Oh, that's sweet. Did dad like animals? Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah. Oh, this big burly man liking animal. I see
Yeah.
him. Okay, I see him with the cat. I see
Aw.
him with the cat. There's such a tenderness with dad. There's such a tenderness with dad. Um, there's such a tenderness with dad. That's very loving.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's such a tenderness with him. And it's such the juxtaposition with
Yeah.
little cat, and then there's
Yep.
like, my son's mind is hurting. Like, there's such a, he's speaking so tenderly.
Yeah.
Speaking so tenderly. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, did grandpa have a temper? What is this temper with grandpa? What is this temper with grandpa?
He did when my father was still alive. This was back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
After my father passed, he really
Softened.
just 100%.
Okay.
But yes, they had a tumultuous relationship for a time.
Okay. Yeah. Cause
Very.
he's giving me flashes of him experiencing the temper with dad. Um, and he didn't disclose. That really hurt him. I mean,
Yeah.
but that really hurt him.
Hmm.
Cause not that he's a softie, right? That's so gender words, but it hurt that tender part of he didn't understand. Um,
Yeah.
he didn't have the temperament of his father, and he didn't understand why his dad didn't understand that he didn't have that temperament, and he was punished for not having the temperament of his father.
100%.
Okay.
Nailed it. Yep.
o- Okay. Um, that really hurt him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, he's just saying it like it wasn't fair. It didn't make sense.
Hmm.
There was so dad would pin other is there a sister, an aunt, a sister, who is the okay, so he showed dad is showing me the brother and the sister. um is there another half sibling or a sibling that wasn't involved, or a half,
Uh,
or
my my grandmother was the only other person there, so there were the three kids,
okay,
grandfather, grandmother.
there's another like half kid on the kids tree. There's like
Hmm.
another one that's like floaty in and out.
Mm.
um but dad is showing me how um father would pin sister and brother against him
Hmm.
because sister and brother had similar temperaments
Yes.
to him.
100%.
Okay, okay, and he just didn't like man, he would have been a great like activist, like because he's just like, I don't understand why you needed to do that dynamic. Why couldn't I just be me by myself? Why did we have to
Yeah.
pin them? And there wasn't, you was gonna hit me again, I wasn't gonna change.
Hmm.
Like, why did you think that was gonna work? It was not
Exactly.
gonna work. I
Yeah.
am who I am.
Hmm.
Um, he's still working on that. That hurt his soul. He's still working on that. He's still
Hmm.
working on that. Almost very much like I'm gonna take my time healing, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rush. I know what this is. I'm
Hmm.
working through it. Um, and I'm not gonna rush that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which could be why he's in a separate place. Maybe that's what he's working on. Uh
Yeah. That makes sense.
working on.
Hmm.
Um Grandpa is pretty mum. I mean, they came, but he's pretty mum right now.
Yeah.
It feels like he know it feels like there is some shame. There's some shame there.
Hmm.
Um, but it feels like he knows dad needs to speak majority in this. Dad needs
Yeah.
dad needs to tell his truth and his story.
That's probably wise.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Feels like it feels yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Um wow. Wow. Yeah. Um that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Um are you thinking about children? Are you thinking about some babies? Okay, dad, dad is like if you want to.
Oh
Okay,
God.
very invested, It feels more
Oh,
like if you want to. Yeah, yeah. No, you know, it's like if you want to,
Yeah.
I'll be around to help if you want to.
Ah.
Feels like
Oh,
that.
that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Um, okay, okay. Is there so grandfather is there an Italian component with grandpa? Oh, okay. He was like, if you don't say that, and I was like, hey, it feels like it don't make no sense. He was like, it don't matter. He's bringing in this Italian heritage.
Sicilian. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. He's he's very he's very proud of that part. Like,
Oh yeah.
okay, okay, okay. He was like, if you don't say that part, got you. Heard you. I mean, I heard you.
Love it.
He's very proud of that part. Very
Hmm.
proud of it. Almost like
Yeah.
Italian man. Just
Oh yeah.
okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yep, they came. Yep. Okay. Um, yeah, grandfather has carried that temper. This is his crux, actually.
Hmm.
He's carried that temper earth side. He hasn't got it right. And he
Hmm.
does the work and he tries again. He doesn't he chooses earth meat suits that'll allow it's just so easier for him to reach that place. Um, the thing is he's actually very like not warrior, but very leader powerful. Um, but it very easily can slip into dictatorship and herd and that's the thing he is trying. He but it's just it's taking him longer earth side to get it right. It's just
Hmm.
he easily just slips right into it.
Hmm.
He is oh gosh, he is saying that he's thinking about trying a woman body.
He loves the ladies.
Like I'm gonna try a woman body with my anger and see. And it's like just a very masked woman, fine, but you got to work on this other
Right. The mental's still gonna be there. Yeah.
exactly. So it's good, but he is trying. He is trying. He is trying. He's there's yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the lineage of dis-ease and health is on the it's on the men's side.
Hmm.
So they yeah, the brother yeah. And he has no clue. He has no clue what it is. He has no clue.
Hmm.
He's sad. He's
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Do they have anything to say about like my creative endeavors or like what I've been doing? Because they're both musicians also. Um, and my grandfather was like the whole reason why I even was able to go to art school and like to afford to do that. And
Wow.
later on in life, he was just such a champion for me when
Yeah.
everybody else told me, what the hell are you going to do with
Yeah.
that? He was like, no, you do it because I know if anybody can do it, you can. So I'm just like, I don't know, kind of curious, like what,
Yeah.
if they have anything to say about any of that.
Yeah. This feels more like I know I oh yeah, this feels more like they are so not worried, which I know that feels like the opposite of side of the coin when you're down here like show me what to do, you know. But they feel so not worried. If any, I know you said grandpa was the champion, but he's like, whatever she do, like we are so not worried. Whatever
Uh-huh.
she does will be great. Like, um, it's not that I don't want to tell her; it's that I don't have to tell her. Yeah, and it feels like this who Aunt Marion is popping back in, and it feels like that deep knowing is how you will choose. So they
Okay.
want you to get rooted so then you can choose. And
Okay.
it feels like no one over here is worried about you at all. Like,
Well, I love that. That's
right,
good to
like
hear.
guys, they're just like sitting and watching, and they're like, you can do this, you can do that, and then they all look good. Like in spirit side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let okay, was the cat small? I'm not for sure if the cat was anatomically small or small compared to dad, but it feels like the cat is small.
Yeah, she was really sick. And just always really, really sick.
Uh-huh.
Like a little tuxedo cat.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, because the cat looks little. Okay, very good. Okay, all right.
Actually, she's yeah. I saw it at the store and I was like, it's my cat as a witch, and she's my familiar, so I have to get it.
So that
Yeah.
clearly is
Yeah.
something. Oh, that is yeah, it's just so small with dad. Yeah, yeah. Dad is now leaving grandpa. He came down. He going back to his thing. Okay, yes,
Mhm.
let's talk about career. Number one, oh wait, yeah. So number one, there feels like a teaching element will always be there. Are you teaching?
Yeah, I'm a photography professor. I teach a class
Right. Okay,
at a
that's
university.
okay. Great. It feels like that you will always teach. And it feels like high level like high level um there will be an opportunity to do faculty if you want, but it feels like you won't choose it.
Hmm.
It feels like it'll be too restrictive for you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, but there will be an opportunity. There will be an opportunity. Um, it feels like you're like, I don't want to work on a paper. It feels like I just don't want to do a paper.
Hmm.
Fine, publish, but I just do that. Like it feels like that.
Hmm.
So that feels like that actually anchors you, and it does give you stability. It feels like it does give you stability. It also doesn't. I know my teachers when I see my teacher. Um, it doesn't take that much from you. You know how to do it. It doesn't take that much from you. Um, do it with your eyes closed, but you
Hmm.
really do like communing with the people, with yeah, seeing them grow and
Oh yeah, I care so much about
yeah,
my students. I give
yeah,
them too
yeah,
much sometimes, but I'm better at my boundaries with time now.
yeah.
So.
Okay, good. Yeah. That is your thing. That is your thing, and that will carry you. That will carry you. Um, it does, like I said, it does feel like you'll swell up to three classes sometimes and go down to one. Like it does feel like that. I mean, it feels like 4 or 5 years they will offer. And it feels like you stay at this place too.
Cool.
It
Yay.
does. It feels like they will offer you faculty. And they will be surprised when you don't take it. 4 or 5 years later, it might be a different space, but that's what it looks like.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and allow that to be your anchor.
Mm.
Um, because it's going to pop down number four. It's going to give you brain space and resources. You've been trying to tie oh wow. You've been trying to tie resources into four. Yes. Yes, monetary gain can come, but that's not your main on earth. It's your teaching, it's your main, okay? Um, so let's disconnect and grieve your wanting for creativity to bring the resources, right? And that's that deep knowing season that's about to happen. Um,
Hmm.
this deep knowing season, Sarah, is almost like pre-eldership.
Mm.
That's what this looks like. This looks like this space before eldership.
Mm.
Because you need to create, when you try to create for monetary gain, that's when you get stuck.
Mm. Hmm.
So release the monetary gain and just create to create. Um, I know you said sculpting, but your hands, uh-huh. I know painting you use your hands, but your hands in things feels more spirit than making a creative thing. Okay, does that okay?
Hmm.
Okay.
I
Okay.
work with the dirt of like several places I've lived. I made like mud bricks that had like my blood, my hair, my
Yes. Okay.
fingernails,
Okay.
and I've been digging up roots and stumps at the house I just lived at. And they're sitting on my porch right now. So when you kept talking about like the wood is so charged, I'm like, whoa, she doesn't know. I literally have like stumps and roots I've pulled from a garden that I'm planning to make work with. But it
Okay.
feels like visual work, but also spiritual too.
Okay. This is good. Okay. Yes. Yes. The hands, if your hands mold in a substance, that is spirit.
Oh, I just got chills.
Okay. In the thing just for create, and I know it feels like, I know it's a thin line, but in hands for creative, no. Creative is your creativity is more mind.
Okay.
It's more like transcending the place
Hmm.
here. It feels very like third eye
Yeah.
crown. It feels like here. And I know the sacral is actually creative, but it feels like it's more like closing the eye, and this third eye speaks when it's creative. Aha. Okay. Okay. And hand stuff is spirit.
Hmm.
Okay. Um
So cool.
painting, painting, yes. Can you go three minutes over?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Um painting, yes. You will painting, very good. Painting is I'm in it, and then you stop.
Yes, I've spent
Okay.
so many overnight, like, yeah.
Okay. That is the vibration of painting. And then you stop. Okay. Music is almost as anchoring as teaching, but it's more light. It's more, I come in and I do the thing, and then I breathe back into it and do the thing. Are you
100%.
okay? Are you writing? Is there a band?
Yeah, my boyfriend and I have a band together. We have like a whole recording studio downstairs, and we're
Very good.
so close to the second album being done. So,
Okay, very good. And you write. You're writing. Okay, this if it, the whoa whoa whoa, the crows will give you lyrics. The crows will say sentences that makes no sense, and you know that's lyrics. This is like witch channel. This is like animal channeling witch stuff.
yeah. This lines up. Wow.
Okay, okay. They might not give you so much like answers to problems, maybe, but it feels like it's one every fifth sentence is like, and then you need to do this at work. And you're like, oh, great. But it feels like that it's more just like outer worldly channel sentences. You think it's a poem, but it's actually lyrics, and then you go do the thing. Okay, okay, okay,
Makes sense.
okay,
Yep.
okay. Um, There's more to the imbibing. There's more to the liquid in the imbibing. Allow that to unfold. It feels like there's
Okay.
there. Allow that to unfold. The birds will want to come in the house, but don't let them in the house because then they won't leave.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
They're gonna be like, but we go together.
Yeah.
My this my people. So um okay. Okay. Are there rabbits around the deck?
Yes, yes. There's a family that lives in my backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a part they're a part of the landscape. They might be more important is not the word, integral later, but yeah, the birds told me about the rabbit. Not that I saw the rabbits, the birds told. So they all in there doing the things.
So cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So cool.
Okay.
Wow.
You are powerful over there. Doing this.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Any other just final clarifying question or you feel good or
The one thing about the crow,
yeah.
I have a song on an old album called The Crow, and it's about my cousin Jimmy, Marion's son.
Oh,
We always called him Brother Crow, and I have a bunch of birds on my side for family members that have passed, and he's the crow. And every time I see a crow, I say like, "Hey, Jimmy." And I'm just curious, like the rabbit. I think about my father when I see the rabbits all the time because he always called them like little fuzzy butts because I don't know, I was a kid,
yeah.
you know, and they're always around his grave.
Yeah.
I'm curious if like when I see these like animals around my home, I think about my Aunt Marion when I see mourning doves that pop up. Like they each feel like
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if like ancestors have anything to do with it or if it's more like land spirits around here.
It's land spirits. It's
Cool.
it's lands it's the way it's the way you interpret spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting because yes, we go like, oh, our ancestors coming first. Da, da, da. It's the way it's your soul's um it's the way your soul shows up in spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's the way it's like your spirit language. It's your spirit language with earth.
Okay.
They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
They're not using the animals
Okay.
because they're like, I can just pop up anytime because
Yeah.
you're intuitive. It's how you interpret spirit and earth. It's how you
Okay.
commune.
Okay. Like I talk to some of the people that used to live in this house, because I just see them sometimes and, you know, hey Herbert. And I felt one of two ways about like the animals around here that like I feel like it's maybe just like spirits that are watching over the land here, like obviously living,
Yeah,
but that want to like commune because
yeah,
they know I really love it here and I see you,
yes,
you see me kind of thing.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. It's that. Which I believe the season that they're calling you in, it's going to get more fine tuned
Yeah.
for you, because it feels like anybody can pop in the rabbits and you will see them through the rabbit. So then you will know who is actually in the rabbit at that time. Does
Got it.
that make sense? It's not
Oh
always
yeah.
that rabbit is grandpa. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's how you commune and interact with the earth, the animals, and
Hmm.
your spirit attunement.
Just like in a seance, like how you interpret it.
Yes,
Okay. Wow. Duh.
yes,
Full
yes,
circle moment.
yes. That's exactly how it is. Yes, yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You're
Okay.
so cool. Thank you so much.
It's good to be in the presence of a fellow intuitive, right?
Hey.
This was rich. This was a rich session. Okay, let's close because we got to close them up and send them back. Take a breath with me. Take a breath. Divine Spirit, thank you. Thank you for our transition loved ones, our animals, our deities, the knowledge, the information that came in. Let's send an extra dose to Grandpa and Dad and Aunt Marion and Kat. Uh, thank you for coming over. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for showing up. We send light for you all's journey. I send an extra dose of light to Sarah. Allow her to dig deep, move into the season with ease and with knowing. We never take these moments for granted or lightly. It's with a humble heart of love and deep gratitude and thanks. Amen. Let me stop recording. And of course,